the author of this wonderful book, Virginia Willis, has brought together the food of her native Georgia and her classical French techniques to create this really pretty book. So today you're going to make a 4 times, I guess, an angel food cake that's sifted 4 times.
Actually, it's my mother's cake, and the flour is sifted before it's measured, which, as you know, is sort of an anomaly.
Yeah.
Because most of the time the flour is sifted after. So I've been working on the book, and I'm still doing many of the things that I did when I worked with you. I do food styling and recipe development and produce TV cooking shows.
And living in Atlanta.
And living in Atlanta.
Do you like it there?
I love it.
Oh, good.
I love it. It's good. It's good to be home, closer to my family.
Oh.
I'm going to ask you to sift this 4 times.
Okay.
And meanwhile, what I'm going to do is I have 12 egg whites in this bowl. It's easier to separate egg whites when they're cold, of course. So I like to go ahead and separate them, but it's better to whip them at room temperature.
Okay.
So
just leave them in the bowl.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And so we're going to, I've got it locked, and I'm going to turn it on low. And I want to bring this up to just foamy before I start adding the sugar. Okay, so I've added my salt, and I'm adding a little bit of cream of tartar. And now we'll turn it up.
And get that stiffly beaten.
Exactly.
You have one, is that a swap out?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, good. So we can just move over to that. But you're going to add...
I need to add the vanilla
bean. And what's this?
And almond extract.
Oh, good. How much? Quarter of a teaspoon?
Quarter of a teaspoon looks good.
Okay, so that's
And then
good.
once that's in there, we would add the remaining 3/4 cup of sugar to sort of make a meringue.
Oh, okay. Okay, so... Well, and you'll get it nice and stiff, but show how silky.
And see, it's
I
nice
like
and,
that. Yeah, I like
nice
that you
and
add the
stiff.
sugar to that because that makes it very glossy.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So, and then what we need to do is I need to sort of fold in the flour. So, may I ask you to shake over the flour while I fold?
Sure. So now, what's the story behind this cake?
Oh, it was my favorite cake when I was growing up. I always asked for it for my birthday.
And served with what?
Mama would usually serve it, frankly, with peaches. We always had fresh peaches in the summertime.
And whipped cream?
And whipped cream, exactly. So see how I'm folding? This is something I did learn as well, is folding and rotating the bowl at the same time.
What motivated you to write the cookbook?
Well, I think...
Preserve?
To preserve, and I was so inspired. I mean, growing up cooking with my mother and my grandmother, and then, you know, of course, having these wonderful opportunities, you know, working and living in France and working with you here in New York. And it truly is 3 generations. So it's like the old-fashioned grandmother type recipes.
Now, where did your grandmother grow up?
In South Carolina and in Georgia. So there we are. And see, what's happening as we're doing it this way is it's not deflating the batter.
No, it's as full as it was. I have a little bit more to drop in.
Thank you.
Okay. And so now into a real aluminum angel food cake pan with a removable tube. And you do not grease or butter the pan, right?
Correct.
Because, and aluminum is really good because it holds the cake. The cake has something to really grab onto as it goes up.
And climb up, climb up.
Aluminum.
So
that's what I was always told. Oops.
Made an error. Oh, you have to taste it.
And you preheat your oven to 375?
Correct. And it'll
bake for how long?
About 45 minutes. So what I want to do, I've just spent all this time beating those whites, so I don't want to beat them down.
Okay, we don't want to bang the pan.
Bang it, exactly.
Okay.
But what I do want to do is I want to just smooth it out, okay, and then run a knife or an offset spatula through.
Oh, through the center?
Just in case there are any air pockets.
Oh, good, okay.
Okay, and then this would go into the oven. And then the thing that's funny about angel food cake, and I think this is one of the reasons I liked it so much as a child, is that when it comes out of the oven, it's important to let it set.
Right, so, upside down.
Exactly,
always
upside
inverted.
Down. So,
but it's nice on a wine bottle, so then you can open the wine later on.
Yeah, right, exactly, exactly. So, and we're going to serve this today
this is
with
cool.
Yes, it is cool, and it's beautiful.
Oh, it is. Oh, wow, look how perfect. So now do we loosen it?
Yes, ma'am, we can loosen it.
So loosen it with a spatula all around?
One of the things that I love, if you'll look in the book on the end papers, there are pictures of my grandmother's recipes on her cabinet.
It's so beautiful. I love the end papers. So she pinned everything in that cupboard?
Either pinned it, taped it, or actually wrote directly on the wood. Isn't that pretty?
That is so beautiful. And now to get the rest of it off, what do you do?
We would just run a knife or a serrated knife or perhaps an offset spatula around the center.
Do this
but it's so pretty because The vanilla bean seeds, I do like that against the white. I think
Well, what
that's
I
nice.
like is what's coming up next. And when we come back, Virginia's going to show us how she serves this family classic with a sauce she learned while studying in France.